Hey guys, Abhishek here and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are diving into a question that's on everyone's mind. How much car can you buy in 2024? With fluctuating economies and ever-changing financial landscapes, it's crucial to understand certain financial frameworks or rules that can help you determine your car buying power. So, buckle up as we explore how you can find out how much car can you really afford so that you can make an informed decision and avoid falling into a financial trap. Let's dive right in.
Here we go.
Before we get started, let's lay down some basics. When it comes to buying a car, it's not just about the sticker price. Your purchasing power is influenced by various financial factors, including your income and expenses. Unless you're going to buy the car outright, you will need a financing option of some kind. There are 5 major factors that will affect your car monthly payments. The first one is the credit score. Higher the credit score, better chances of getting a lower interest rate and better loan terms. Second is the loan amount. Lower the loan amount, smaller the monthly payments. The next is the loan term. Smaller the loan term, lesser you will be paying towards the interest. The next one is the current interest rates. And very obviously, lower the interest rates, lower the monthly payments. Last but not the least is the down payment. The higher the down payment, the smaller will be your monthly payments. So paying attention to these factors is crucial before going into a car dealership. This way, you can help the car salesperson to adjust the financing option based on your set monthly payments. Knowing these factors beforehand can help you stay away from being taken advantage by the car dealership and ending up buying a car that you can't really afford. Let's look at some of the financial frameworks or rules that can help you guide in finding out how much car can you really buy. And please note, these rules are not perfect, but are a very good starting point in determining your car buying power. The first rule is the 35% rule. This rule states never spend more than 35% of your gross annual income on a car. So let's say your gross annual income before taxes is $70,000. Then as per the 35% rule, the car that you're looking to buy shouldn't cost more than $24,500. Next we have the 10-20 rule. Car buyers should spend no more than 10% of the take-home pay on the car loan payments. So for example, let's say your take-home pay is $5,000. Then as per this rule, your loan payments should cost no more than $500. Then the 20 stands for spending no more than 20% on the total car expenses, which also includes things like gas, insurance, repairs, and maintenance. So for example, if your take-home pay is $5,000, then you shouldn't spend more than $1,000 on the total car expenses. Next, we have the 24-10 rule. This popular guideline suggests putting down 20% of the car purchase price as a down payment. So for example, if $30,000 is the price of the car, then your down payment should be around $6,000. The 4 stands for the loan term. 4 years or less is the recommended loan term. For example, if the loan term is 4 years, then you will have 48 monthly payments. The 10 stands for the monthly payments, which should be less than 10 to 15% of your take-home pay. So for example, if your take-home pay is $5,000, then your payments should be no more than $500 per month. Next, let's consider your debt to income ratio. This ratio measures your total monthly debt payments against your gross monthly income. Financial experts recommend keeping this ratio below 36%. So if you have existing debts such as student loans or mortgages, it's essential to factor them in when determining your car affordability. So for example, if $5,000 is your income, then your total debt shouldn't cross $1,800 per month. The last rule we have is the 15% of income rule. This rule suggests spending no more than 15% of your gross monthly income on car-related expenses, including your car payment, insurance, and maintenance. So for example, if your gross monthly income is $6,000, you should aim to keep your total car-related expenses under $900 per month. Let's look at some calculations where we go through a real-life example and find out the monthly car payments. Let's dive right into it. Alright guys, as you can see here, I've created a Google Sheet for you so that you can enter your own values and then find out your car monthly payments. As you can see here, I've highlighted certain cells as yellow and grayed out. So the yellow cells mean you can enter values there, whereas the grayed out cells are the ones that will be calculated automatically. I have divided the sheet into different sections so that the calculations are easier to understand. Let's go through each of the sections. So the first is the car purchase price, loan amount needed, loan term and interest rate, income after taxes, annual and monthly payments, ownership costs, and the final monthly costs. And lastly, you will get the answer, whether you can afford or not. First section is the car purchase price. So let's say your gross annual income is $75,000. So based on the 35% rule, the maximum purchase price of the car shouldn't cross more than 35% of your gross annual income. So let's see what purchase price can we afford. So here you can see we get $26,250 as the maximum purchase price for the car that we can afford. Let's move on to the next section, which is the loan amount needed. As per the 24/10 rule, we need to put at least 20% down. So let's enter 20% here and see how much down payment we should pay. So it comes to $5,250 as a down payment. And the loan amount needed is $21,000. Now let's move on to the next section, which is the loan term and the interest rate. So based on the 24/10 rule, as we saw previously, we have to pay $5,250 as a down payment, and the total loan amount needed is $21,000. And as per the rule, the recommended term should be no more than 4 years. So we have entered 4 years here. So we will have 48 monthly payments. And the current rate of interest is around, I think, I'm not sure, it's around 7 to 8%. So I have entered 7, but yeah, obviously you can enter the current rate. So based on the 7% interest rate, we are going to pay around 1470 as the interest for the first year. So as you can see here, the monthly interest rate is 0.58%. And I added a note so that you can understand how I calculated this figure. So based on the loan amount and the loan term and the interest rate, our monthly installments comes to around 502.87 cents. So the amount for the first year would be $6,034.44. Now let's move on to the next section, which is finding out the income after taxes. So based on our gross annual income, which is $75,000, our gross monthly income comes to around $6,250. I've added a link here to Wealthsimple so that you can calculate how much is your take home pay. Let's go there. So we are here on the Wealthsimple website, and let's enter our gross annual income and see approximately how much tax. So we will be charged around 18,722 as tax, and this is our after tax income. So it's 56,278. Let's go back to our sheet and let's enter our income after tax, which is 56,278. That comes to 4,689.83 per month after taxes. Okay. So now we want to calculate the monthly payments. Based on the 2020 rule, your monthly payments shouldn't be more than 10%. But based on the current economic conditions and the car prices and the salaries and everything, let's consider 10%. So based on this, your target monthly payment should be around 468.98. But currently, the actual payment based on the calculations and our salary, which comes to around 502.87. So we are excess of around $33.89, which might not seem much, but taking into account other debts that you may have, this can be significant. Apart from the monthly loan payments, we also have to worry about the ownership costs. This again is recommended to be around 10 to 15% of your take home pay based on the 10/20 rule. Let's consider 10% for now. And the target ownership cost is around 468.98. So let's say your insurance costs around $200, gas around $100, or let's say $150 in fact, based on your commute. Maintenance, let's say $100, and other charges, I don't know, maybe anything, something like $50, right? So that comes to around your ownership cost around $500, which is $31 excess of your target ownership cost. So again, we have now two red markers. We are already excess on the loan monthly payments and also excess on the ownership costs. So the final monthly cost, as we saw, the target monthly payment was 468.98. The target ownership cost was again the same because we are considering 10% each. And the target monthly cost is supposed to be 937.96. But based on our calculations and our income and our interest rate and everything, our actual monthly payment is around 502.87. The actual ownership cost comes around $500. And so your actual monthly payment comes to around $1,002.87. So we are around $65 excess. And hence we get this as, yes, you cannot afford the car. Now you can go back and try to adjust numbers, right? So for example, let's say instead of 20% down, let's say you paid 30% down so that you want to reduce your monthly payments. Let's say you pay 30% down. Let's see what difference does it cost. So now the down payment comes to around 7,875 and the loan amount has significantly reduced to 18,375. And the loan term remains the same. The annual rate is 7%, right? So now the monthly payments have come to around $440. And I've also added a note so that I'm using this particular formula, which is used everywhere. So based on that, let's see, your monthly payments are 468 and your actual monthly payments are 440. So we are actually in the plus. So green means we haven't exceeded the target cost, which is good news. Let's keep the ownership cost as is, right, for now. But here we are still over the target price. So our target monthly cost was supposed to be 937.96, but we are still like a couple of dollars above it. Let's say you got a better deal on insurance, right? Say you got a insurance for $150, which is in Ontario, in Canada, probably unrealistic. But for the sake of this example, let's say you got an insurance of $150, right? Now you can see we have two greens. We are not exceeding the target cost and the target ownership cost. And as you can see, our target monthly cost was supposed to be 937 and the actual monthly cost comes to around 890. So yes, now you can afford the car. So that's all. So take a look at this sheet, enter the values based on your financial situation, and try and find out the car you can afford. And there you have it, folks. Determining how much car you can buy isn't just about what's in your bank account. It's about understanding your financial situation and making an informed decision. By following the guidelines that we discussed today, like the 24/10 rule, the debt to income ratio, and also considering the total cost of ownership, you can find a car that not only fits your budget but also brings joy on the road. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos, hit the like button, and share it with someone who can benefit from it. Until then, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace out.